Let's try that again. Now the music's off. I'm Joe Paris alongside Tommy Wood. We've got University of Colorado Buffaloes and the Central Oklahoma Broncos. Broncos come in 16-0 on the evening. They are the #1 team in the ACHA. Should be a fiery matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it should be, Joe. And the thing about the Broncos is they score goals. They average 6.6 goals a game. They scored 35 in their first 2 games alone. They have 20 players who have scored more than, 5 players who have scored more than 20 points this season. This team can put the puck in the net.
And we were having a little bit of confusion, but we are now actually underway. This game was pushed back, and then it was put back to the normal start time, and now we're getting started at 7:34 local time. We are underway, though, in Boulder, Colorado. Joe Paris and Tommy Wood with you here tonight. Empty barn here tonight, Tommy, but a big matchup nonetheless.
It is. You'd hope that a little more fans would show up here to watch the Buffs take on the #1 team in the country, but we'll see what this modest crowd can do.
Starting goaltenders for tonight. In net tonight for Colorado, returning between the pipes will be Alex Palumbo. Palumbo with the save there will got it out to the circle. Shot on net will be deflected away. Into the corner, Knightenbach will go after it. And Matt Hefter will come behind the net of Palumbo, and he'll work to break it out of the zone. Dice, he'll carry it down on the left side. He'll advance into the zone. He's got Gruber with him and Matty. Can't quite connect on a pass. Will be brought the other way now. It'll be Trevor Yee. Yee fires one and a save there by Palumbo, and he'll grab on for the save. Net dislodged, water bottle on the ice. Just underway here in Boulder, Colorado. Central Oklahoma Broncos in your Colorado Buffaloes. Palumbo in net tonight for Colorado. And starting in net for the Broncos will be #1, Breton Patchett.
Well, and Joe, we didn't even know this game was going to be here at the Rec Center in Boulder, Colorado until yesterday afternoon. They had problems with the ice. The rink was a lake instead of a frozen slab. They were going to move these games down to Littleton and play them at 11:15 p.m.
That is correct, Tommy. And as of yesterday, we didn't know if the game was even going to happen. But, you know, after some good luck and a compressor fix here in Boulder, Colorado, we are underway. The ice is pretty good. Coach Knightenbach and I, Jeff Knightenbach, that is, we skated on it yesterday afternoon. It wasn't the best ice, but we thought, you know what, it'll do for some hockey. Broncos will set it up into the netting and out of play. They're wearing their blue tops and blue bottoms trimmed in white and yellow, going left to right on your video screen. And Colorado wearing their traditional white jersey with the very nice black nameplates, kind of like the Philadelphia Flyers of the NHL.
Yeah, almost. Both of these jerseys looking pretty fly tonight.
Colorado on the year comes in 7-4-1. The last game they lost to Colorado State last Thursday night, 5-3. And Tommy, Colorado came out and played probably one of their worst games of the year.
Well, you and I both said it. Coach Knightenbach said it too. It was the first period of that game was the worst period Colorado played all season. But you know, Alex Palumbo in the car accident before the game, Matt Lechner got the start. He found out about half an hour before puck drop that he was going to be playing. And we talked to forward Jake Bauer on the coaches show yesterday, and he said that Palumbo's accident really rattled the team.
And Lechner didn't even know, more than an hour in advance that he was going to play. And he got thrown into the rivalry game. So Colorado will win the draw back. It'll be Dora. Dora will send it out towards the blue line. It'll be kept in, though, by the Broncos. Broncos spell their name differently than the Denver Broncos of the NFL. They've got an H in there. They got the CHOS. At the point, though, it'll be Philip Nygaard. He'll send it in around the boards. We poked out to the point now for Chad Rorta. Rorta can't keep it in, so it'll be sent all the way around. Dancing around a man was Wiggins for Colorado. He'll be sent down the ice.
And it's interesting you mentioned Chad Rorta right there. He is Central Oklahoma's 12th leading scorer with 11 points on the season. And he has as many points as Jake Bauer, Colorado's leading scorer. That tells you about how much this Central Oklahoma team can put the puck in the net. And we've seen them play aggressive really all game. They've been living in the Buffalo's offensive zone, or defensive zone for the first.
How weird is it going to say tonight that Broncos, and we're not talking football, huh? Comes out to center ice. It'll be Matt Prigge. Prigge sends it in against the glass. Dietz will come over and work over man. He'll pinch it free now, send it down, and go off for a change. It'll be Slide with a big collision in the corner. Sam Rice now for the Broncos will send it out towards neutral ice. It'll be Hefter for Colorado. Hefter will lay it off the boards. Looking forward to Dice. Dice can't control it. So it'll be sent right back out to center by Andrew Hodder. Gaining the zone is Nolan Grauer, but we've got a whistle, and I believe he came in offsides, and indeed he did. And Tommy, how about this Central Oklahoma team? Most of their team coming from up north, coming from Canada, Tommy.
Yeah, we talked to their head coach, Craig McAllister, before the game. He says they have some valuable resources up there that they mine as much as possible. Definite pipeline, though. Look how many players here are from Victoria. You have some from Calgary, Red Deer, Alberta. I know we've heard of that before. The 2 Swedish players and a Swissman as well.
Very diverse roster, and I haven't seen any other roster in the ACHA that is quite as culturally complex. Backhanded into the bench for the Broncos, so the face-off will stay in the zone for Colorado. Just underway here in Boulder, 16:30 remaining in the first period of play. Joe Paris alongside Tommy Wood. Some Thursday night hockey action. And for those of you sitting at home, I'll tell you, it's been cold in Colorado. The rink's actually a lot warmer tonight than it was yesterday. Yesterday was actually very cold in here, as well as the weather was outside in Boulder, but I don't know how this works. You get better ice, and it's warmer in here. It's a win-win situation.
That it is, and wow, we really need to see this Colorado team play faster, more aggressive. They play the same style as Central Oklahoma. They're a fast, aggressive team, but so far, Central Oklahoma has made a living in Colorado's defensive zone.
Patchett will come out of his net to play it. He'll run into Matty. Kept it in the corner, though. Broncos send it out towards center ice. Nifty pass will find the way to Daughtry. Daughtry will send it around the boards and come after it. Broncos go off for a change. New line will jump on. Trevor Yee will head into the corner. Matt Hefter handling with it now for Colorado. Behind the net of Palumbo. Gruber heading down ice, seeing that there's no one covering there, looking for the long ice pass. Couldn't quite receive it from Hefter, though. Deflected in the zone. Matty will backhand it along the glass. Trying to handle around a man was Jarman. Jarman got his first goal of the year last Thursday. He's hoping that one will ignite him. For now, though, it'll be Wyatt. Wyatt will skate with it. Loses his edge down in the corner. So Hefter will take it now. He'll backhand it away. Nightenbach comes in to try to assist him. Rivera handles with it for the Broncos. Sends it out to the point. It'll be Rorda. Rorda will send it right into Palumbo. And Palumbo will hang on for the save. And Tommy, how about the high-powered offense of Central Oklahoma?
Well, it is unbelievable, Joe. Like I said, they have 5 players who have scored more than 20 points this season. They had back-to-back games to open the season of scoring 18 and then 17 goals in their season opening wins against Texas A&M. And as I just said, Central Oklahoma's 12th leading scorer, Chad Rorda, has as many goals as Jake Bauer, Colorado's top scorer. And
we talked to Jake Bauer on the coaches show last night on Radio 1190, and he said he's very excited for an opportunity to play the #1 team in the country. And we talked about it all year. The WCHL is definitely the best conference in all of the ACHA. And that is an opinion, but there's a lot of factual evidence behind it.
Well, it's also an opinion that the SEC is the best conference in college football, but it just happens to be a factual opinion.
Played into the corner. Jarman will sling it on net, goes wide. Patchett didn't even have to bother with it. Send it to the corner now for Bauer. He'll be met there with Nygaard. Nygaard will send it along the boards. Trying to glove it down at the point is Hurley Can. He can't quite get it, so RJ Salvato will have to slip back into his own zone. He'll send it across the ice now. Bauer will backhand at it. Formosa sends it across the ice. No one home, though, so Bauer will collect it for Colorado. He'll give it away, though, at center ice. It'll be Formosa with it. Formosa will gain over to the circle. Skates with it behind the net. Tries to wrap one around. It'll be poked away. Referee's going to blow his whistle. I believe the net may have been dislodged down there. We've got some words after the play.
Wow, and those neutral zone turnovers killed Colorado against Colorado State a week ago. And if they keep turning it over like Jake Bauer just did, it's going to be a long evening.
14-10 remaining here in the first period of play. Scoreless from Boulder. Face-off one back to the point. It'll be slung on net. It'll be deflected away, and Dietz is going to come with it now. He's got a 2-on-1 if he hurries. It'll be Polanchik who can't quite get to the net. Had it poked away from him at the last second. There by Brandon Harley. Coming the other way with it. Hull, the leading scorer, looking for a pass. He'll grab it. Shot it into the chest of Palumbo, and he'll hang on for the save. And Tommy, what a talent Gavin Hull is on the year. 11 goals, 18 assists. He's got 29 points in only 16 games. That's called lighting the lamp.
That's unbelievable. That is 17 more points than anyone on Colorado has. But I have to say, it's really big for the Buffaloes to have Alex Palumbo back in net with these couple early saves he's made. And not to dock from Matt Lechner's performance a week ago. He acquitted himself admirably. but there's just something to be said for having your main guy in net, especially against a big team like this.
Centering pass is slipping off the stick momentarily and poked away, and it'll be brought the other way by Colorado. Dangerous opportunity as Bradford will send it into the zone. There's a congregation in the corner, and then it slipped out into the slot, but no shot on net there from Sam Rice. It'll be Prigge. Prigge will send it all the way around the boards. Palumbo will come out of his crease to play it. He'll leave it behind the net for Nightenbach. Nightenbach will backhand it against the boards, and it will be slipping out to center ice for Cyril Meyer. Meyer will send a pass to Dooley, and Dooley will send it around the boards. Nightenbach collects it behind his own net. Met there with some contact.
And Colorado's looking for Luke Nightenbach to have much more impact than he did a week ago. Really, Lechner got no help from his defense in the matchup against Colorado State, and none of the 4 goals that he allowed, it was a 5-3 game, one was an empty netter, but none of the 4 goals that Matt Lechner allowed were his fault. So this Colorado defense has to protect Palumbo better than they did Lechner last Thursday.
Meyer from the blue line will send it into the corner. Collection of bodies. Coming through with it will be Sline. And Sline will backhand it into the bench and out of play. Liam Sline making one of his first starts of the year. He's played in 6 games, but doesn't have any stats on his stat line.
No, he does not.
So the face-off will be at the right circle for Palumbo. Face-off won by the Broncos. Pushed forward by Daughtry. Daughtry puts it into the corner. Dice will come after it for Colorado. They'll bang against the boards. Puck jumps free to Gruber. Gruber will backhand it across the ice, intended for Matty. Couldn't connect there. That number 1 line out there for Colorado. Dice, Gruber, and Matty. Matty had 2 goals against CSU. And just like Jarman, he's hoping that's the ignition switch that he's been waiting to flip all year. Leading scorer a year ago, and he got it now. He's going to bring it on the right wing. Gains the circle, fires one in front. Goes wide of the net. Patchett, though, did humor the opportunity. Kind of poked towards it. Peter Martin sends it off the near side boards in front of the bench. Comes out to Matty now, and Matty's got some speed. He's got a one-on-one if he hurries. Matty has it poked away from him at the last second there by Chad Warda. Dice will collect it along the boards. Bauer striving to get there. But Michael Rivera, you may remember him from last year, had a big game against Colorado in Boulder. Sent into the zone. Warda couldn't control it, so he'll come back with it. He'll be met there by Bauer. Bauer and Warda battling. Jarman will now jump up into the play. Poked free, and it'll be Josh Wyatt now. Wyatt has it taken away there by Dora. John Dora, the leading penalty man for this Colorado squad. He's got nearly half an hour on the year.
Penalties, another thing that Colorado has struggled with this season. Just discipline, just stupid penalties that they have committed. Just slashing, checks from behind at inopportune times.
Quick whistle there as Jarman was trying to scoop it home. I think referee Fox lost his vision on it, so he blew the whistle, but Jarman was waiting for it on the doorstep. He says, come on. There's a live puck. Face-off will stay in the zone, though. It'll be Bauer. Bauer out there with Salvato. Sparrett hasn't played together a bunch this year, but Coach Nightenbach was excited about putting these 2 guys together. It's about finding the right pieces. It's not about always just putting your highest scores on the same line. It's about creating chemistry.
Right, and you can't have your highest scorers on the same line, because then when you bring out a defensive line, you need someone who's going to be able to put pressure on the other team.
Jarman will battle along the boards. Hefter will whisk it away. It'll be passed around the clock and be sent out to center ice now. Dumping it forward now to Bauer. Bauer's got a shot. He fires one and a save there, and he shoots, he scores! It'll be Jake Bauer. Bauer fired it. Saved there by Patchett. Got his own rebound and put it home. Jake Bauer, the leading scorer for this Colorado squad, makes it 1-0 here early over number 1 Central Oklahoma. Patchett gave up a juicy rebound, and Bauer sent that one home.
What a play by Bauer. That rebound just came out too quickly for Patchett to play it, and by the time it was off Bauer's stick, it was too late for him to react. And when we talked to Jake Bauer yesterday, he said that he had about 3 or 4 opportunities against Colorado State that he wished he buried and that he knew he could have buried. I know it's going to be big for him to put that one home early.
So 10:25 remaining here in the first period. Colorado on top, 1-0. Jake Bauer, an unassisted goal. Broncos will win the draw, though. Loose in the neutral zone. Will be brought free there by Palanchik. Palanchik will gain the zone. He's offsides, though. So we have confirmed unassisted for Bauer. halfway through this first period. And Tommy, let's break that down a little bit. Just a really good rebound. I mean, I remember Alex Tanguay did it in the Stanley Cup Finals in 2001, Game 7 for Colorado. It was a shot on net from Sakic. And Sakic says he wasn't trying to score on that play, just trying to get a rebound for a streaking Tanguay.
Yeah, Mark Johnson did the same thing against Vladislav Tretiak in the Miracle on Ice. It's just, that's really when a goalie is most vulnerable, after they make a save, when they're trying to locate the puck on the rebound. And like we said there, it was so fast, it got to Bauer too quickly for Patchett to do anything about it.
And a delayed penalty there as Elliot Palanchik ran into the goaltender. So that's going to be a 2-minute goaltender interference call against Palanchik, I presume. And it is going to be Elliott who's going to be taken off the ice for 2 minutes. And it happened right in front of us, Tommy. He did make a little bit of contact with the goaltender. Looked incidental, though, but doesn't matter. If you run into the goalie, you're going to serve a penalty.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter there. Any contact with the goalie. It's like the quarterback in football. They want to protect the goalie is arguably the most important player on the ice. Colorado's penalty kill, 91.4%. Pretty solid. But this power play for Oklahoma, 27th in the country, converting 33 and a third, exactly 1/3 of their power play opportunities.
That's a huge weapon for this Broncos squad. They've put up some big numbers on the power play. Again, 33.3% of the time they score on the power play, exactly a third, as Tommy was just saying. So Palanchik off 2 minutes. 9:25 remaining here in the first period of play. Minute 30 remaining on the power play for the Broncos. They've got it in the corner. Looking out to the point. Waiting eagerly, there's Kressner. Kressner's not going to receive the pass, though, as it's tied up on the near side and sent out there by Dice. It's a good early penalty kill for Colorado. Gruber wipes out behind the play.
Looked like he got hooked by Patchett there. No call.
Carrying on the right wing will be Rivera. Rivera will bring it in, looking through the slot. Looking for Yee, couldn't connect. Send it to the corner. It'll be Hull, the leading scorer for this Broncos squad. He'll backhand at it. It'll be Formosa down there with him. Formosa will send it out to the point. It'll be Rivera. Rivera will walk the line and pass it off to the right side. Rivera blasts it. It's deflected and it goes wide. It was going down towards the blocker and was sent over the net. Puck comes free now to Matty, and Matty will send it down the length of the ice with 38 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Dangerous opportunity as that one was almost deflected home.
Yeah, that one was a screamer, and it looked like Palumbo was in position, but that deflection sent it over the net, got it out of his way.
Broncos will work it free along the near boards. Played into the corner for Formosa. Formosa will send it behind the net now to Dooley. Dooley trying to backhand it in front. It'll be deflected through the slot. And luckily Bauer was there, because that would have been a wide open, uncontested shot.
Palumbo was badly out of position there, and Jake Bauer saved the day with a timely clearance.
And Bauer will backhand it back into the corner. And the penalty has expired to Palanchik. So we're back to 5-on-5 here with 7:49 remaining in the first period. Nightenbach from the neutral zone will send it into the zone. I believe this one was deflected, so icing was called off. Patchett will come out of his net to play it in the corner. Folden will deliver a check in the corner. As Central Oklahoma will break it out towards Central Ice. Funny how that worked. Rice will skate with it. He'll lose it to the defender, Matt Hefter. Hefter will backhand it to Nightenbach, who's got it now. Nightenbach will send it across the ice. Deflected down in the zone by Ryan Oswani. Nightenbach will pick it up through the neutral zone. Comes in offsides.
That was
He'll tell you
close.
he was onside.
Yeah, that was a judgment call. They actually do have an offsides line in hockey, unlike soccer, which makes it a little easier to make those judgment calls, but I'm not so sure about that one.
7:13 remaining in the first period. Stay tuned during the intermission. We'll be joined by Coach Nightenbach. Not sure which one.
One of the brothers, Nightenbach.
And heading to the bench right now for the Broncos is Breton Patchett. I don't know what's wrong with Patchett, but he looks like he may be injured. He's coming to the bench, and he's going to take a seat.
Wow.
Looks like his right leg, he padded on his right pad. And it appears that Breton Patchett is injured, and it's coming out of the game. Yeah, he's going to take a seat. I don't know if it's an equipment issue or if it's a leg injury. But coming into this young game, he's going to be the second goaltender, Torrey Caldwell. Caldwell, in 8 games played, is 7-0 with a 2.66 goals against average. And Patchett has taken off his helmet. And we'll keep an eye on that, Tommy. That's interesting.
Yeah, we'll get more for you during the intermission on that one. But Torrey Caldwell, not a bad backup goalie to have, 7-0, .904 save percentage.
And if you're Colorado, you're going to want to jump on him right now, coming in cold turkey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they know that how hard that is firsthand from what happened to them last week.
This is even tougher.
Yeah. Torrey Caldwell had no warning.
Delayed penalty on the play, sent through some traffic, blocked in front. It'll be touched up by the Buffs. And we are going to get another Broncos power play.
And just gone final, your Colorado Avalanche beat the New York Rangers 4-3 in a shootout.
The Avalanche won a game?
The Avalanche won a game.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh.
Wow, they won a hockey game in the state of New York, huh? Well, you can see on your screen right there, there's Brenton Patchett. And I'm not sure, again, if it's a leg injury if it's an equipment issue. We saw it a few weeks ago against Midland. Their goaltender had an equipment issue, and he came right back into the game. It appears it is an injury. We will confirm that during the intermission, but it's going to be Dice now. Dice has got a 2-on-1 with Gruber. Dice fires in a save into the corner, though. Dice will backhand it over to Gruber. Gruber deflects it. It goes straight up. Colorado is short-handed here. Again, the goaltender in net right now is Torrey Caldwell.
Dice was so fast down the ice. If he'd pulled up a little bit, he would have had that open passing lane to Gruber. He would have had Caldwell out of position for an easy shot.
Briggy sends it into the corner. Cole will bat at it, looking for a centering pass. Dice will deflect it. Tries to send it out of the zone. It'll be kept in, though. Dice on the second opportunity will get it out towards center ice. Minute 22 remaining on the penalty to Peter Martin. Dice will carry it on the right wing. Dangling around a man. Takes a check from behind the net. Loses control of the puck, so it'll be brought out now by the Broncos. For Morrison will send it forward now to Dooley. Dooley will handle through some traffic. Dooley's going to be taken down, and I believe there's not going to be a penalty. I saw the referee kind of reach towards his pant pocket. Maybe I thought he was going to raise his hand up, but Palumbo jumps on top of it for the save. He'll hang on with 1:06 remaining on the power play for the Broncos. 0 for 1 on the night.
Wow, and look at Torrey Caldwell. He's stretching. He's doing a little warm-up routine in the crease right now. He's had no chance to get hot.
Colorado will send it down the length of the ice. Caldwell does come out of his net. He'll leave it up there behind. Broncos will set up the breakout. It'll be Kressner who sends it up the boards. Grauer goes into the corner now. Goes after his own pass. Congregation of bodies there in the corner. Battling with it to some feet. Broncos come free with it, coming through the slot. Shot on it, a save by Palumbo. And it'll be sent out to center ice. 30 seconds remaining on a 5-on-4 chance now for the Broncos. 5:09 remaining in the first. Colorado on top 1-0. Into the zone. With it will be Rice. Rice can't quite get the shot on net, and Colorado again will send it out towards neutral ice. Colorado doing a good job here with the penalty kill.
Two very impressive penalty kills here for them in the first period, but they can ill afford to be shorthanded for very long against the Central Oklahoma team. You've already had 2 power plays. Well, they score on 1 out of every 3.
Shaking free will be Rorta. Rorta up the circle will have his pass knocked down by Kardash. We are back to even strength. Martin out of the box. 4:34 remaining in the first period. Puck sent free now to the other side of Bradford. Bradford will try to carry out of the zone as he'll flip it out to center ice looking for Palanchik. Palanchik will collide with a man. You know Palanchik's trying to get there first, too. He had a clear shot there. Sent down the length of the ice by Michael Rivera. This one should go for an icing call, and it will. Coach Knightenbach's team's got to be happy with the start here. Bauer with the unassisted goal to get things going, and you know you can't write a script much better than that.
No, especially against the #1 team in the country, and this really isn't a team that not only are they not used to losing, they're undefeated. They aren't used to trailing at all. I mean, they just have blown all their competition out of the water. They haven't played a close game all season.
Well,
wow.
Jarman off the faceoff will send one high. Martin from the point will pinch in. Jarman in the corner.
The Central Oklahoma offense, they've scored less than 3 goals only once all season. And that was in a 1-0 shutout victory against Iowa State.
Broncos have played 3 overtime games. They're 3-0 in overtime, showing when this team needs to play when it counts, they bring their A game.
They do. I mean, they brought their A game all season long.
Their last game they played MSU. That one was a close one, 3-2.
3-2.
That moved 16-0 on the year. #1 team again in the entire country, not just the WCHL, which they are a member of with Colorado and Oklahoma, who we'll see later this weekend. But the entire ACHA with the November 7th rankings that came out, number 1 again. Brought into the zone for the Broncos. It'll be Dooley. Dooley will handle with it. He'll send it across the ice into the corner. Bounces free to Colorado. Swinging and missing is Matt Prigge. Yeah. Bauer, who's got an extra skate in his step here tonight. He's got that extra gear. Cross-ice pass to Rice. Rice will bring it in. He'll fire one. He'll go off the glove there of Palumbo. Held up behind the net and sent onto the boards.
Yeah, Jake Bauer's a pretty laid-back guy, but you could tell how pumped he was to come out here in this game, and that early goal has only given him more confidence.
And Bauer making the smart play there. He'll flip it straight up. Let Jarman go after it. Bauer goes off for a change. Jarman, the one-man forecheck. Victor Thomas shoots, he scores! Thomas Jarman! Oh, the forecheck sent it shelf down. Created a turnover, took a stride in front of the net, and put it top shelf where Mom put the cookies.
Where Mom put the cookies. Oh, man, 2 goals in 2 games for Thomas Jarman after he hadn't scored all season. And that was beautiful, Joe. He just floated in front of the net, and Torrey Caldwell was not looking for that shot to go above his right shoulder. He did it. Just blew right past his head before he knew what hit him.
2-0 Colorado. Jarman's goal unassisted and is the product of hard work there on the forecheck. You see a lot of guys go out on a forecheck kind of just going through the motions, but Jarman showed there it does pay off. So Jarman an unassisted goal with 2:48 remaining here in the first period of play. Buffs on top 2-0. Dice will throw it into the corner. Gruber will come after it. Colorado looks like they got a little bit of extra momentum here. They smell blood. Gruber in the corner. He'll be wrapped up alongside Curtis Johnson, and we've got a delayed penalty here. I think this one's going to go against the Broncos. We'll see if they touch up and draw a whistle, and they will. So Colorado now going to go on the power play with 2:25 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, that looks like number 16, I believe. Peter Kressner, 6'1", 190-pound defenseman out of Västerås, Sweden.
Only 2 Americans on this team.
That's pretty unbelievable.
That's great.
Especially for a university in the middle of Oklahoma.
So Buff 2 minutes on the power play. Kressner is off. Broncos win the draw and send it down the length of the ice. Dorr will come after it now for Colorado. On the forecheck there is Trevor Yee. Yee will wrap him up behind the net. Dorr, though, will muscle his way free as Bauer skates with it. He loses it, though. Brought the other way by Rivera momentarily. Sent out to center ice and dumped in by the Broncos.
Colorado, not a good power play team, only 23.6%, 101st in the nation. But Central Oklahoma, not a good penalty kill team, only 88.5%.
So Kressner, 2 minutes cross-check. Jarman to Bauer. Bauer fires one on net. It'll be deflected off the leg there of Nygaard. Shot another one there from Jarman, goes wide. Bauer in the corner will send it out to the point. Kardash can't quite keep it in. He'll wheel around and hold up there, and he carried it in off sides. Minute 13 remaining on the power play for Colorado.
Nygaard probably saved a goal right there by getting his skate in front of Bauer's stick. Great defensive play there on the penalty kill.
Colorado on the year, a modest 23.6% on the power play. But when this power play unit gets hot, they are good.
As you all saw against Colorado State the first time.
Yeah, Colorado had 3 power play goals back on October 24th. Bauer had 2 of them. Kirk Van Arkel had the other. Van Arkel scratched tonight with an injury, still recovering. Not expected to play this weekend is Van Arkel. So hopefully he comes back soon, though. Matty will hand it around a man. He'll bring it out to the circle. Matty will wheel around with 45 seconds remaining on the power play. Moving it around the zone. Hefter will fire one on net. It's deflected away off of Gruber's skate. Nightenbach at the point in front of the bench. Battling with it. Good work there by Nolan Grauer. And it'll be sent out as Rice will come after it. Rice, though, met up there by Hefter. He's de-twigged with 25 seconds remaining here on the power play, 48 seconds remaining in the period. Dice carries it over the blue line. He'll send it into the corner now for Matty. Matty will defer over to Gruber. Couldn't connect on the pass, but Hefter will keep it in at the point. Hefter will walk the blue line. He sends it over to Dice. Dice lost it at his feet. Comes to Matty in the corner. Matty will handle with it along the glass. Sends it down low now for Gruber. Gruber sends it out to the point. 3 seconds remaining on the power play. Hefter walks it over. Shoots it on net. It's deflected wide at the last second. Back to full strength with 22 seconds remaining in the period. Dice will cycle it down low now for Matty. Maddie will handle around a man, send it back to Dice. Dice looks out to the point. Comes to Hefter. Hefter will sling it on net. It'll be deflected off the skate of Wyatt. Maddie in the corner with 9 seconds. Sent out to the point. Hefter will keep it in. 4 seconds. Shot on net deflected away at the last second. Dice tries to get a second effort, and jumping on top of it as time expires will be the goaltender, Tori Caldwell.
Wow, and Tori Caldwell and these Central Oklahoma Broncos can't get off the ice fast enough. They don't know what hit them at this Colorado team coming out. 2 unassisted goals, 2 brilliant individual plays by Jarman and Bauer to give Colorado a 2-0 lead.
So at the end of the first period of play, Colorado leads 2-0. An early period goal there by Jake Bauer. He received a juicy rebound off of his own shot and buried it. And then the starting goaltender came out of the game. He appears to have a leg injury there. Tommy, have you seen anything on the bench?
No, he's just been sitting there. He's not receiving treatment. We'll check up on him in the intermission, see if the trainers are working on him. But it's obviously not an equipment issue, or they would have got him geared back up and back out on the ice.
So the big story of the first period, other than Colorado up 2-0, is that Tori Caldwell, the backup goaltender for the Broncos, came into the game cold turkey, and he might have paid the price there as Colorado tallied a second goal. Thomas Jarman on the aggressive forecheck earned one, and he put it top shelf.
Top shelf right over Caldwell's right shoulder, and it was a goal that he just wasn't ready for, and this is a game that I don't think he's ready for.
Central Oklahoma, that is, comes in 16-0 on the year, number 1 in the country. Colorado coming in at 7-3-1. And Tommy, what an exciting first period. I'm sure Colorado goes into the dressing room in much better shape than they thought they'd be in.
Oh yeah, especially against a team that scores this many goals. You don't expect to come out and be up 2-0, but this, as a team, as a unit, they haven't really put together a great attack yet. Their 2 goals have come from great individual plays. Once they start playing better as a unit offensively, we'll see what happens with this team.
We're going to step aside, but when we come back, we're going to be joined by Coach Knightenbach for the coaches interview alongside Tommy Wood. I'm Joe Parrish. Your score after 1 period of play, University of Colorado 2, Central Oklahoma 0. We'll be back with more hockey after this break, sponsored to you by local band Cascade Kinsey. Find them online. Tommy, I know you love Cascade Kinsey.
Who doesn't love Cascade Kinsey?
I believe they're playing a show at the High Dive here in down in Denver next weekend. So look online, Cascade Kinsey on Reverb Nation. But we're going to step aside alongside Tommy Wood. I'm Joe Parrish. Your score after 1, Colorado 2, Central Oklahoma 0. We're back in Boulder, Colorado here in the first intermission. Joe Parrish alongside Coach Andy Knightenbach. And Coach, after 1, the boys are up 2-0. Not a bad way to start against the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, we're excited to be in this position. They came off the bus, and I think they've got a case of bus legs. We know they're a good team. They're fast. I think they might have outshot us there, actually. So, it's a 60-minute game, and the boys are going to have to put a whole game together tonight. What
was the mentality in the dressing room heading into this game? Because you played some good teams, but it's intimidating to see a team come in undefeated, and they've beat some really good teams as well.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a battle tonight. We went into the room, told the boys, let's keep it simple. It's a long game, so being up 2-0 in the first period, it feels good, but you don't want to be too high. You want to keep a pretty even keel in the room, and you want to come out and play a full 60 minutes.
After arguably the worst game of the year against Colorado State last Thursday, a week ago, what was practice like this week? I know there's a lot of anticipation with Alex Palumbo being scratched before the game with his car accident. I know a lot of the guys were nervous going into that game, but you reset this week in practice. What was it like?
Practice this week, it was funny. We actually, the compressor shut down at the rink. I don't know if, I'm sure you've been talking about that. So Tuesday night, it gave us a chance to catch up. We watched video of the game that you were talking about, the CSU game. So, it's one thing to play in the game. It's completely a different thing to watch yourself out there, and you really see everything magnified, especially when we can go back and play a play over and over. So I think it was a good teaching point for the guys. And so, going into practice, we knew what we had to correct. So we got on the ice Wednesday, we got on the ice this morning, and it was right to work,
We made jokes last night on the coaches show that leading scorer Jake Bauer really wasn't a natural goal scorer, and we're not really sure where the goals were coming from this year, but here he is again. He said it on the coaches show on Wednesday night that he was feeling good. And
yeah,
Bauer's
a great player. His line's responsible for both the goals. They're working right now. They're gelling. So it's good to see. It's good to see a guy who, the last couple games he's been a little dormant, and now he's finding the net. So that's good to see.
And speaking of dormant, Thomas Jarman had a tough time all year long. Down on the Arizona road trip, he was so close but just couldn't break through. And then although it wasn't a great performance last Thursday night, Jarman finally breaks through his first goal of the year. And then we see the great forechecking. Jarman not categorically the best forechecker on this team, but creates a turnover and roofs one.
Yeah, Jarman, he's a package player. He's a tough guy. He's a big guy. And so he can throw his body weight around. We want him to be moving his feet. He got in there, stripped a guy of the puck, and he's a goal scorer. He's one of the guys we look at to put the puck away when he gets a chance.
You don't want to get too excited after one period of play, but do you feel like your boys are finally hitting their stride? Because during the Arizona road trip, you play ASU Friday night, and then you drop the third game of the 3-game set down in Arizona. It seemed like a little bit of a step backwards, and then last Thursday night, a little bit of a step backwards. But now, after that first period of play, it looks like Colorado has the upward momentum again.
Yeah, it feels good to finally have momentum. It seems like things are going our way, but like I said before, it's a long game. We don't want to get too high right now, There's still a lot of mistakes to correct. Palumbo played, he stood on his head right there, So we don't want to rely on him too much. We want to play well in front of him. So we'll clean up some mistakes, hopefully come out for the second period just like we did the first.
Big night tomorrow night in Boulder. It'll be Military Appreciation Night against the University of Oklahoma. You guys will be wearing camo jerseys. I know the whole team's also growing facial hair for Movember. Looks like yours is coming in a little nicer than some of the boys.
It's just barely there. I'm surprised you noticed.
You've got your brother beat. I'm also standing a foot away from you.
Yeah, I don't know. How'd you see it from so far away?
I don't know. I don't even have my glasses on. We're with Coach Neidenbach here in the first intermission. Before we step aside, though, let's talk about the military game tomorrow night. We'll be auctioning off jerseys. We're going to have some pregame ceremonies, a real good event. And although we love when everyone tuned in online, come down to the rec tomorrow, 7:30 face-off time. There was some concern it wasn't going to happen, but we can definitely confirm 100% it's happening.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. I hope everyone's able to come out here. It's good to do something like this for the community, for the armed forces. Those guys sacrifice so much so that we can come here and play a game. So, as serious as it may get here, those guys, they're the heroes,
That's what TJ Oshie said during the Sochi Olympics. They talked about him being an American hero. He said, I'm not an American hero. The guys fighting the wars are the American heroes. And that I know that inspired a lot of people. And
that's right. It means a lot to the boys to be able to put on camo and go out there and try and represent. And it's a huge thing for us, It shows a lot of respect to those guys. So we appreciate their service, especially during Veterans Week, It's a really big deal, so we're glad to do it, and we hope it's a real success.
It's going to be, and those jerseys are cool. Come on down tomorrow. They'll have a silent auction for the game-worn jerseys and a few other fun things. 7:30 face-off time, but get here early. I know we're expecting a good crowd, but we're going to step aside alongside Coach Neidenbach. I'm Joe Parrish. Your score after one period of play, University of Colorado 2, Central Oklahoma 0. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we've got some first period stats and notes, as well as Tommy Wood's analysis of the first period. Don't go anywhere. You're tuned into Colorado Hockey. I think we're back on the air, huh?
I think we are back.
Well, Zach, give me the cue. We're back on air here in Boulder, Colorado. Joe Parrish alongside Tommy Wood. Hi, Zach. I see you off screen. Your score after one period of play, University of Colorado Buffaloes 2, Central Oklahoma Broncos 0. Tommy, what were your keys to the first period for Colorado?
Well, the key was a couple brilliant individual plays by Jake Bauer and Thomas Jarman. Like we said, Colorado hasn't really mounted a consistent team attack, but they got 2 unassisted goals, one by Bauer on the breakaway off his own rebound, and the other one off a timely shot by Jarman. But defensively, they've looked much better than they did against Colorado State, and really much better than we expected them to do against this fast, aggressive Central Oklahoma team.
And you do have an injury update for us. Director Zach telling me the music's still on. Injury update, though. Go.
Yeah, Brenton Patchett, the starting goaltender for Central Oklahoma. He did leave with a lower body injury. I saw him talking to the trainer during the intermission. He said that he felt something tweak as he went down into his stance, and he was pointing at his upper right thigh.
So in goal again for the Broncos, number 30, Torrey Caldwell. Again, Caldwell on the year, very solid, 7-0 with a .904 save percentage. That is very good.
Yeah, that is very good. And like I said, it's a pretty great when you can bring out a backup goalie who is undefeated and also has an above 90 save percentage.
So we're set to play here in the second period. Buffs and Broncos on Thursday night, 20 minutes set to play in the second period. Colorado on top 2-0 here, traveling left to right on your video screen with the white tops, black bottoms. Broncos all blue, trimmed in yellow and white. And it closing into the Palumbo, to the goaltender Palumbo. He is the Palumbo. He's going to draw some pushing and shoving. Luke Knightenbach, the first one there. Ryan Dooley kind of lost his edge and came flying into Palumbo. You could fault that on the ice, and let's elaborate a little bit. I know we mentioned it briefly, but there's 2 compression units here at the University of Colorado that keeps the ice going. They failed earlier this week.
Yep.
And led to, they had a lake here on the ice rink.
And for those who aren't familiar, they have a really unusual system here at the rec center. The cooling system for the rink is the same system that heats up the outdoor pool. It draws the heat from the ice and pumps it outside.
After wiped out behind the net, leaving Dooley with a chance all by himself. Loose there at the circle. It'll be Dice who will corral it. Dice will handle around a man there, avoiding contact, but doesn't get it out of the zone. Finally forced out to central ice for Colorado. Sent right back in, though, by the Broncos. Just underway here in the second period of play. Buffs on top, 2-0. Dice, he'll carry it over the blue line.
And Central Oklahoma, they're pressing right now. They're playing much more aggressively than we really saw in the first half. You know they're not used to being down 2-0. Actually, they haven't faced a 2-goal deficit all season, Joe.
That is interesting. We've noticed that this is a very good team, but they haven't had this deficit. But they've got a chance here. It'll be brought into the zone. Fire, and it goes in. That's a goal. That's a bottle knocker there for Trevor Yee. He walked in untouched and put it over the left shoulder of Palumbo, handcuffing the goaltender. And just like that, the Buffs' lead has been cut to 1.
Yeah, Palumbo came pretty far out of his net to play that breakaway, but it didn't matter where he was, though. That shot from Trevor Yee had some mustard on it, Joe. That one wasn't getting stopped no matter what.
He brought it into the circle and, again, just fired that one home. That one was in and out of the net as quick as it can be.
And for Trevor Yee, he is now the 6th Central Oklahoma player to reach 20 points this season. That is his 9th goal. He also has 19 assists. 11. That was his 12th goal. He has 8 assists.
And there's not one member of the Colorado roster that has even 15 points on the year. So
I said Jake Bauer, their leading scorer with 12 points, now has as many points as Central Oklahoma's 11th leading scorer.
So 18:43 remaining here in the second period. Broncos get one quickly here. It was Yee. And they've got an opportunity here through the slot. It'll be poked away by Kardash at the last second. Kardash in the corner. He's there with Dietz. Dietz try to send it out to Bradford. Be gloved down by Dietz through the neutral zone to Palanchik. Palanchik will try to handle around the defender, Meyer. Poked out to the neutral zone, and here come the Broncos again.
Another costly neutral zone turnover for Colorado. And I was kind of struck by what Coach Andrew Knightenbach told us as he was leaving that interview. He said, I'm afraid being up 2-0.
From the circle, shot on net is gloved out of the air by Alex Palumbo. Hang on, and you know, you don't go 16-0 playing in the WCHL on accident. There's a very good UCO team here tonight, and they've got a lot of talent from around the world, literally.
Yeah, mostly from up north, but man, Joe, any team that can score 18 goals in one game, that number is mind-boggling.
They did that to open the year against Texas A&M.
Followed up by putting 17 on the Aggies the next night.
They haven't looked back since. Broncos got it in the neutral zone. Carrying it will be Harley. Harley will throw it on net. It'll be deflected away there by Palumbo. Good blocker save. Martin in the corner. Osweny for Colorado will lose it to Hull. Hull, a centering opportunity. No one home. Kept it at the point, though, by Nygaard. Nygaard will send it through some traffic. And Doro will tap it towards the board. Stays in the zone, though. It'll be Harley. Harley will send it into the corner. It'll be Hull. Hull to Sline. Sline can't get it out for Colorado, so he'll be sent back into the corner for Hull. Hull, the leading scorer for this Broncos squad. He's been quiet here tonight. He's wrapped up by Martin. Dora with the big check behind the net. Hull trying to escape through some traffic. Finally comes back out to the point. Nygaard will pass it off to his left. It'll be deflected now against the boards. Swinging at it with the backhand will be Formosa. He'll send it into the corner. Dora with the big check on the far side. Osweny can't get it out, though. He'll send it off the side of the net. Turned over in the zone. Centering opportunity, and he scores. And just like that, we are tied at 2. Ryan Dooley will put it home, and we are tied at 2.
For Dooley, that's his team-leading 13th goal of the season. He also has 11 assists. Excuse me, his 14th goal of the season. 25 points now on the year for Ryan Dooley. Central Oklahoma just has guys who can score like none other, and it's like we talked about, Joe, that lead just disappeared in a flash.
So this game's as good as new. We're tied at 2. 16:59 remaining here in the second period of play. It was Ryan Dooley, the left winger from Kimberley. That's up in Canada.
Is that Canada? Is that
That's
Australia?
Canada.
I'm not.
I think that's Canada. Have to roll backhand into
like
the corner for
American time,
Dice.
that's for sure.
It doesn't. Well, I know there's a lot of guys from Victoria, and we were assuming it was Victoria, British Columbia, but there is a Victoria, Texas. We did check with Coach McAllister on that one.
Just to make sure that UCO doesn't have a secret Texas pipeline.
That would be interesting. Those guys down in A&M would be confused. Send him down to the corner. Dooley coming after it. He was the goal scorer just moments ago. Broncos will send one on in, and it's gloved out of the air by Palumbo. And Tommy, they say the 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. And just like that, it disappeared. And I had a feeling that Colorado might have come out of that first intermission trying to just protect.
Yeah, well, you come out with a 2-0 lead against the number 1 team in the nation. You're feeling pretty confident. You might feel like, this game is going your way, but clearly they're number 1. They're undefeated. This game isn't going to be going your way until you're ahead and the clock strikes 0 at the end of the third period. Doesn't matter if their backup goalie is in or not.
Coach Nightenbach, the Andy variety, mentioned that UCO is coming off the bus with some bus legs, but I think they have shaken those off here in the second period. It'll be Bauer. Bauer will send it across to Jarman. Jarman through the slot, through some traffic. Shot there by Bauer after receiving a deflection. Couldn't quite direct it home. Pass the goaltender Caldwell again. Torrey Caldwell. If you missed the first period, he's in net tonight. Jarman will send one forward. Another shot there by Salvato. He had the whole net and he couldn't send it home. He had Caldwell beaten. He just couldn't get the wood on it. And the other way, it's going to be a 2-on-1. A backhand and a save there by Palumbo at the circle. Another save by Palumbo. Puck is loose there at the doorstep. And Jarman will send it down the length of the ice. Referee has his hand up as this one looks like it's going to be an icing call, and it is.
Well, the Buffs should be happy that they just got away with an icing right there. That really should have been a goal for Central Oklahoma. They had a 3-on-1 coming back down on the break. Colorado's defense, like they did against CSU last week, they're not giving the goaltender the help he needs.
Broncos will fire one off the draw. It goes high over the head of Palumbo. Out to the point. Sent back into the corner will be Rivera. Rivera behind the net, looking out toward the slot. Instead, he'll go out to the point. He'll jump over the stick there of Formosa. Correction, Kressner. And Kressner will have to go back and grab it. Bauer in his own zone with 15:02 remaining here in the second. We're tied at 2. Nightenbach will receive a return pass. As it go off his tapes, will be brought the other way now by the Broncos. They gain the zone. Fired on net, deflected in front. Never made it through. It's Trevor Yee who was there in the corner. He had the opportunity.
And again, some bad defense by Colorado. They were looking to stop the 2-on-2. They didn't realize that Yee was coming in behind both of the defenders' backs.
Bradford behind the net, looking in front for Dietz. Tries to send it through traffic, and it'll be batted out to center ice to Hurley Kane, the captain of this squad. Kane with it in his own zone. He'll skate over the blue line. He'll deflect it forward. Dietz will come after it. So will Salvato. Rivera send it back into his own zone. Comes all the way now to Kardash. Kardash for Colorado sends it out to Dietz. Dietz, another one of those guys waiting to flip the switch. Dietz from the circle will fire one wide. Bradford will chase after it. So will Kardash. Kardash will beat his teammate there and send it in. It'll be Palanchik handling with one hand, trying to go backdoor to Bradford. Palanchik with the creative move, just couldn't connect. Broken up now and brought the other way. Dooley had a rush going with him. He just had it jump off his stick. Full head of steam is going to be Grauer. Grauer will dance around at the circle. Deflected. Palanchik had it on his skate. Kick it back to Kardash. Kardash looking for Palanchik. Can't connect. It'll be dumped right back in by the Broncos. Weird bounce there as Kardash thought he was going to glove it down. Puck didn't really bounce up the way he thought it might. Dietz at the blue line. Tries to poke it free. Said it will be the Broncos. Grauer from the right circle. Handles around Kardash. Grauer braces for a big check there. It's delivered by Hurley Kane. Kane came flying in with the shoulder. Dietz will flip it down the length of the ice. This one looks like it will go the distance for an icing.
Yeah, that one looked pretty painful. Kane, 6'2", 200, laying the wood on Nolan Grauer, 5'10", 175. His shoulder's going to feel that in the morning. But, Joe, we talked with the Nightenbachs last night on the coaches show about Central Oklahoma's strength of schedule, and it is an interesting debate because they have beaten up on some pretty bad teams, Texas A&M and D2. They played 2 games against Arkansas, who is D3.
And we're going to have a penalty on the play. It's going to be a hooking call. Not sure who the guilty culprit's going to be. It looks like it may be Kane for Colorado. And indeed it will be. So UCO will go back on the power play, but going back to that strength of schedule, very interesting debate.
Yeah, it is, especially because of what Jeff Nightenbach said, that he would rather lose to a good team like ASU rather than beat a team like Texas A&M because it looks better on your resume. The thing about the Central Oklahoma team, though, they beat ASU too. They beat them by 3 goals. I mean, it doesn't really matter who you play because they've run everyone else off the ice.
Formosa in the corner. Broncos on the power play, 0 for 1 on the night. Hurley Kane in the box for Colorado, 2 minutes for hooking. Dice will swing at it and connect as it goes down the length of the ice. So it'll be Prigge who goes after it. He's met there by Gruber on the forecheck. It'll be Dice who takes his place as the Broncos break out of the zone. Good deflection there from Dice, creating a turnover in the neutral zone. Dice will skate with it now. Sends it back to Hefter in his own zone, killing off some valuable power play time in this 2-2 game. Minute 22 remaining on the power play. 12:22 remaining in the second. We're knotted at 2 from Boulder. I'm Joe Paris alongside Tommy Wood. Thanks for spending your Thursday evening with us. Centering opportunity, couldn't connect. It was a good look there from Trevor Yee. Out to the point, though, will be Rivera. Rivera will wrap it around the glass. Nightenbach for Colorado will get there first. Trying to jam it home, and he scores.
Wow.
A power play goal just like that. It's Trevor Yee. Nope, correction, that's 11. That's Gavin Hull, not 41. So UCO with 3 second period goals. That one a power play variety. And they jump on top 3-2.
Wow, Hull was trying to sneak it in the corner there past Palumbo. It looks like he had his leg pads down, blocking that whole area off, but we couldn't quite see how it happened, but somehow Hull got the puck past Palumbo's leg. That's what we talked about, Joe. Central Oklahoma, they score on a third of their power plays. They've had 3 tonight, and they just got their goal.
Bauer will receive a pass from Dora. So confirming it was number 11, Gavin Hull. And that'll be Hull's 12th goal on the year. That's 30 points in his 17th game tonight.
That's unbelievable. That just defies belief.
They're Connor McDavid type numbers. McDavid had 40-plus points, I believe, in 10 games in the OHL for the Erie Otters. But he did break his hand as Director Zach is yelling from behind me. 11:26 remaining in the second period of play. Broncos on top of the Buffs, 3-2. And if you're just joining us, you missed quite a lot of action in the first period of play. Starting goaltender for the Broncos, Brenton Patchett, went to the bench with an injury, and Colorado was leading 2-0 after 1, but the Broncos have responded with a vengeance here, lead 3-2 now with 3 second period goals. And they've got it now. Centering pass is broken up at the last second by Salvato. Kardash will swing at it. Shot into the chest of Palumbo from Ryan Dooley. And he'll hang on for the save.
And if Central Oklahoma did have bus legs, their last game was back on November 1st, but if they were rusty, they've shaken that off right now. 3 goals in a little less than 9 minutes, and this Colorado team is looking pretty shell-shocked right now.
You may see a penalty up on the board in the corner of your screen. That's just a clock error. We are at even strength right now. It'll be Rorta. Rorta will send him back into his own zone. 10:56 remaining in the second period of play. Nightenbach in the neutral zone. Battling along the near side boards. Bradford pokes it over to Nightenbach, who will carry it out of the pile. And Nightenbach will send it in deep. Skating after it will be Andrew Bradford. Bradford can't get there first. It'll be deflected up and out of the zone for the Broncos. With some speed will be Sam Rice for the Broncos. He'll deliver the lumber there against Nightenbach. And Tommy, we're seeing that the Broncos are just the team skating harder right now. They look like the team that wants it more as it's a turnover that almost found its way for a dangerous opportunity. But it'll be Bradford now for Colorado. He'll carry it on the right wing.
Yeah, Joe, the Central Oklahoma, they're just faster right now. I mean, there's no way to put it. I mean, these teams are playing at 2 different speeds.
Palanchik advances it over the blue line. He'll send a weak shot into the glove of Torrey Caldwell.
And Central Oklahoma isn't the stingiest defensive team, and it hasn't mattered at all so far this year. But in this game so far, they've been doing a good job of not letting Colorado set up a good team attack. The Buffaloes really have not launched even one solid team offensive possession, and every time they look like they're going to get something going, they turn it over in the offensive zone.
You're right, it's been all individual efforts here tonight for the goal scorers. Bauer on an essential breakaway, and Jarman forechecking. Didn't have a buff in the zone with him. Dora will send it high off the glass for Peter Martin. Martin looks to send it over to Matty. Matty will use a head fake to get around a man. He sends it over to Gruber. Gruber will drop it back to Matty. Matty will bring it in. He fires it in a save there by Caldwell. Puck still loose and batted down, and the Broncos will control it, but a good look there from Pierce Matty, trying to get it going after a 2-goal performance in his last outing. Pushed forward. It'll be Prigge. Prigge, the captain for this UCO squad, will go off for a change as Peter Martin will backhand it over now to Pierce Matty. Matty will send it forward for Gruber. Gruber will work up a shot from the point. Looks like that one was going to travel high.
Not a great shot there, a slap shot from the blue line, but at least you force the glove save, you force him to cover, and you get a face-off in the offensive zone.
9:10 remaining in the second period from Boulder, Colorado. We're live on Thursday night. Bauer's line will jump into the game to see if they can get the offense going. Bauer out there with Jarman and Salvato. This line has both Colorado goals this evening. Palumbo will come out of his net to play it. A dangerous play as he had a charging Brandon Harley coming down on him. Kane from his own zone will send it on net. It'll be steered away there by Caldwell. Cross-ice pass. Connected, but Harley can't maintain possession as it slips 3 back into the Broncos zone. Harley with again. Sends it through the neutral zone. Comes all the way down to Kane. Kane skating back, loses it on a deflection. Palumbo comes out of his net, shot, another save there by Palumbo, and he'll dive on top of it. Gavin Hull with another good play, almost got a second gift on the night.
Wow, Gavin Hull, that was almost an own goal. I think that was off one of the Colorado players' sticks after Hull had hit it, but Colorado living very dangerously right now.
Yeah, they're on the edge. I mean, they were bending and bending there in the first, but in the second period, the floodgates have opened. 3 goals, and we're not even done here in the second. You wondered why this team was 16-0, folks. You've seen why.
And it's a flash. I mean, this Colorado team, they like to spread it out. They like to play fast, but you know, right now, this Central Oklahoma team is just in another gear.
And Caldwell comes flying out of his net. I believe we're going to have a penalty. And we will. We're going to have a Central Oklahoma penalty. That's going to go to 23, Jake Daughtry.
Daughtry, 6'3", 185, out of Victoria, BC. Surprise, surprise.
No. 2 Americans on this roster again. That blew my mind when I was talking with Coach McAllister before the game.
You have a guy from Seattle, a guy from Houston, and then hometowns like Penticton and Oliver. And
my favorite's got to be Red Deer, Alberta.
Red Deer.
That's where Patchett came from.
Bustling metropolis of Red Deer, Alberta.
Beautiful during the winter. As is all of Canada, honestly. So Buffs on the power play here. They give it up in the offensive zone. 7:47 remaining in the second period. Colorado on the night 0 for 1 on the power play. Hefter will skate back into his own zone. He'll park behind the net of Palumbo. Leave it for Matty. Matty goes back to Hefter. Hefter will find Rivera there on the aggressive forecheck. Dice over to Hefter. Hefter will walk it over to the right side. Handling around some bodies. He finds himself in the corner. Sends it behind the net now to Gruber. Minute 08 remaining on the power play for Colorado. This one will be sent out of the zone. Palumbo. He'll leave it there. Kardash will try to set up again. Kardash, the lone Canadian on this Colorado squad. I'm sure he knows where all these places are. Salvato at center ice will send it into the corner.
And Colorado really has mounted no attack in the first minute, 15 seconds of this power play. They've looked rather lethargic, just passing the ball. I mean, got the ball, the puck, with no real goal in sight. It's just passing to pass, not to set up the offense.
Jarman sends one wide. Tommy basketball doesn't start till tomorrow. Colorado will start the year against Drexel tomorrow night. Shot on net deflected away through the slot, and batted out down the length of the ice with 17 seconds remaining on the power play advantage for Colorado. 6:22 remaining in the second. Buffs trail 3-2 to the number 1 ranked University of Central Oklahoma Broncos.
Yeah, Trevor Yee really saved that penalty kill for Central Oklahoma with that clearance right there. It looked like Colorado might have an opportunity shaping up, but he got right in front of the attack and got the puck out of there.
Kardash sends one in from the point. Not a tough test, though, for Caldwell as he'll glove it and hang on. We're back to even strength. 6:03 remaining here in the second period of play. Pretty small crowd on hand here on a very chilly Thursday night in Boulder.
Yeah, coming to the rink, get warm.
Seriously, it's warmer in here than it is outside. Not often you can say that, huh?
It was -5 when I woke up to go to class this morning.
I was -15
Oh, wow.
at 5:48 a.m. Not a contest, just saying.
That's when you start your morning constitutional, 5:48 a.m.
It's Dooley who sends it into the corner after it gets there first for Colorado. He's running off the puck there by Grauer. Battling along the near side. Going down in the corner is Sam Rice. Nightenbach will corral it, and he'll send it out as we've got a hand up for a delayed icing. And they call it off at the last second. Good hustle by Andrew Bradford. Dietz had it momentarily. It'll be deflected now into the neutral zone. It'll be Nightenbach for Colorado. He'll wrap it around the boards. Caldwell will come out of his net to try and play it. Slips past him. Liam Sline jumping onto the ice. Worked up against the boards. Sline goes down. Puck, though, loose in the slot. Trying to send it out to the point for Martin. And Martin can't quite keep it in with the outstretched stick. He'll wheel around, though, and send it right back in. Chad Warda looks like he lost his glove. Got it back on now, though. Wiggins will slap at it with the backhand. Controls it in front to Sline. Sline will send it right into the glove of Caldwell. And he'll have a face-off now on the right circle. A good-looking shift there for the fourth line for Jeff Nightenbach's Buffaloes.
And Sline had a chance there. He just let that puck escape the end of his stick. Otherwise, he could have come around and tried to sneak that in behind Caldwell's pads. That's really the best, most consistent team offense we've seen from Colorado so far, at least in this second period.
Number 1 line out there for Colorado will be Gruber, Matty, and Dice. On defense will be Dora and Martin. Broncos will win the draw. 4:36 remaining in the second period. Shot from outside the zone will go into the corner. Getting there first was Daughtry. Daughtry will send it through the slot. No one home. Picked up, though, by Kressner. Kressner will send it over to the other side. Dice will come after it for the Buffs. He'll take a check there from Daughtry, but got it out of the zone. This one goes all the way down and should be an icing. Nope. Matty again with the good hustle play gets the icing called off at the last second.
Oh, massive hit there by Dak Dice on that was 23, Jake Daughtry. Man, he just laid him out.
And we're going to get a Colorado penalty. We're going to get a hooking call on George Gruber. And Gruber does not like that one. Referee trying to explain it to him. Shrugs his shoulder and says, take a seat. I don't think I've ever seen George Gruber ever more unhappy as referee Fox sends him to the box for 2 minutes. It's got to be a Dr. Seuss novel. Referee Fox
Sends
to
him
the box. It's 3-2 for Central Oklahoma, and they're back on the power play. Gruber gone for 2 minutes. This will be Central Oklahoma's third opportunity on the night. They are 1 for 2 so far. They've got a deadly power play, converting 1/3 of the time. And folks, if you're not familiar with statisticals, that is a very good percentage.
It's 26th in the country. Actually, 33.3%. That is pretty spectacular.
Rivera will hand it through some traffic. Kept in the zone, sent back into the corner. It'll be Formosa. Formosa centering pass, shot saved there on the near side by Palumbo. Gathered, sent back out to the point. It'll be Prigge. Prigge over to Formosa. Formosa can't get it on net. On the far side will be Rivera. Rivera will send it behind the net now to Yee. Yee back into the corner. He's dragged down. Rivera handling, taken away by Matty. And Matty will fire it down the length of the ice. Minute 13 remaining on the power play for the Broncos. 3:15 remaining in the period. Colorado doing pretty well so far on this penalty killing on the year. 91.4%.
But this Central Oklahoma team is too good to give them this many opportunities, especially after they've already scored once.
Dooley handles in the corner, stops at the circle, send it through some traffic. It was deflected off of Bauer. Bauer altering the direction of that one, just barely. Jarman, short-handed, brings it over at the circle. He'll handle against the boards, knowing that he can eat off some penalty time here. 34 seconds and counting. Wraps it up against the boards. Almost emerges free out of the pile with it. That, for all said and done, it will be Oklahoma puck. They'll send it across. Hefter will bat it out of his own zone. Will come down the length of the ice with 20 seconds remaining on the hooking call to Gruber. Broncos will set up in their own zone. Handling around a man will be Hull. Brought into the zone by Grauer. Grauer has it poked away from him by Dietz. 3 seconds remaining on the power play. Set to expire now. Back to even strength. Dooley had it taken away from him. Long ice pass now out of the box. Here comes Bradford. Bradford's got it. He's in. He shoots, and a save there by Caldwell. Bradford going from the bench for Gruber, who came out of the box. Executed that play perfectly, but Caldwell up to the challenge on one of Colorado's best offensive opportunities of the night.
And Bradford might have tried to get a little too fancy there, trying to deke Caldwell out. He got pretty close before he let that shot in, and by the time he let it go, the puck was already on Caldwell's leg pads.
Buffs will win the faceoff, but no defenseman home as it will slip between the two of them. Dumped right back in, though. Martin waiting for it at the point, will bat at it. Sends it into the corner. Nygaard, the first one there for the Broncos. Minute 40 remaining in this period. And this one's going to go for an icing call as Peter Martin will touch up. Tommy, that opportunity there for Bradford. Ooh, it looked good.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can get. It's a face-off shot right there. Or excuse me, a shootout shot right there.
And Colorado practices that once a week. They have the backpack shootout where it's a little bit of a game. All the guys take penalty shot opportunities on the goaltenders, and the last guy to not score has to wear a pink backpack around campus all week. Fun little game.
Yeah, maybe Bradford should get the backpack just for that.
I'm sure that'll be a conversation that's had in the locker room. Martin will deflect it over to Gruber, and Gruber will send back to this defenseman, Johnny Dora. Dora with a minute 08 to work with here in the second period. Not a good period for Colorado as they've been outscored 3-0 in this one. It's Dice. Dice along the wing. He's colliding with a few bodies. Minute remaining in the period. Along the glass. Broncos will look to send it out, but it'll be Dice deflecting it. Tries to send it through the slot to Salvato. Salvato couldn't get there as it was whisked away by Trevor Yee. Yee still with it. Tries to get it out, but Jarman waiting for it. Jarman sends it through, and he's going to draw a penalty as Jarman with some more hustle work is going to make another big play for Colorado. That one's going to be a cross-check with 38.4 remaining in the second period. Colorado will now get an opportunity on the power play. This will be their second opportunity of the night. They are 0 for 1. And coming off for the Broncos will be Trevor Yee.
And that's big for Colorado, not just to get the man-up opportunity, but to get Trevor Yee off the ice. He has been unbelievable in the second period.
So again, 38.4 remaining in the second. Power play opportunity for Colorado. Dora from the point will send it into the corner. Salvato behind the net. He's pushed off the puck. Recovers, though, and sends it out to the point to Kardash. Sails over Kardash's head, and it's going to be a race for it. And we're going to get a high sticking call as it was deflected off of Kardash's stick, I believe. So faceoff will stay in the UCO offensive zone with 21 seconds even remaining in the second. 1:43 remaining on the man advantage for the Buffs. It'll be Bauer taking the draw. Bauer actually loses the draw. It's pushed forward by Rivera, but Colorado will recover. It's Bauer with it at center ice. He'll backhand it high off the glass. Bradford will chase after it. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Sent around the boards by Prigge. Kept in at the point by Kardash. Goes over to Dora. Dora's going to fire it on net. He does. It's deflected off of his skate as time will expire here in the second stanza of tonight's hockey game. Not a good period for Colorado. Again, they came into the period with a 2-0 lead, and they're going to leave it trailing 3-2.
Well, and Joe, it wasn't just those 3 goals that they gave up in really lightning succession within the first 9 minutes of the period. Central Oklahoma had opportunities after that, too, that they couldn't convert on. And Colorado offensively, except for one or two possessions, really could mount no attack all period.
It is really only a matter of time before Gavin Hull got going for the Broncos. I mean, he's a very powerful offensive player, and we saw that Colorado's going to pay the price if they play sloppy in their own zone.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a problem for them all season. Neutral zone turnovers, defensive zone turnovers, but it's not just Hull for Central Oklahoma. It's Yee. They have 6 20-point scorers. You never know who's going to come from on a given night.
And Colorado's offense looked a little bit discombobulated there in the second period, and to be honest, it wasn't looking great in the first. They had a 2-goal lead off of 2 individual efforts, but team offense has looked stagnant.
Yeah, exactly, especially on the couple power plays that they had. They really mounted no attack except for at the end of that second period with the power play that's still going to be going. But the puck movement is sloppy. It's lethargic almost.
And Caldwell, who came into the game about halfway through that first period, has looked good for the Broncos here tonight.
Well, he's looked good, but he hasn't really been tested so much. The one breakaway opportunity that Bradford had was really the only save that he actually had to make. But this Central Oklahoma defense has been on point.
Well, we'll see if Colorado can test Caldwell here in the third period. We're going to step aside. We're expecting Coach Jeff Nightenbach to join us here in the intermission. We'll see if he comes up. But your score after 2 periods of play, University of Central Oklahoma 3, your University of Colorado Buffaloes 2. Alongside Tommy Wood, I'm Joe Paris. Don't go anywhere. Third period action coming up after the break. Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado. We're in the second intermission right now. Joe Paris now joined by head coach Jeff Nightenbach. And Jeff, a little bit of a disheartening second period there. Colorado lets up 3 goals there in the second, and they now trail 3-2.
Well, that's the best team in the country there, and I told the boys that was going to happen. They're going to come out flying, and they did. So we got away from our game a little bit. We tried to do too much, and they capitalized. They're good, like the number 1 team in the country would do.
What's the biggest difference here through 2 periods between the first and the second? Is it that UCO kicked it into that second gear, or did Colorado just come flat out in the second period, or is it a little bit of both?
You know what? I think we got a little too excited after we scored those 2 goals. We're coming into the period with a 2-goal lead, most dangerous lead, and we kind of just let each other down there. And a couple chances to get the puck out, we didn't get the puck out, and we just got to bear down and be a little bit better in our own zone there.
The team chances right now haven't looked good. Yes, you got 2 goals in the first period, but both of them were individual efforts. How do you translate individual efforts into group play?
Well, everybody's got to buy into the system. Everybody's got to be a part of it, and when you do your job, everything falls into place as it should. And I think when guys stop worrying about what other guys are doing and take care of themselves, everything comes together and seems to work better.
What's the message in the locker room before the game after a bad game at CSU? Because we saw a lot of improvement down in Arizona, but it seemed a lot of it was undone last Thursday night.
I told them keep it simple. We have way too many times we try and dangle at the blue line or go through guys. That doesn't happen. It's not summer hockey. It's real hockey. You can't make those mistakes, make those turnovers. Hefter doesn't turn over that puck there at the blue line. It's a tie game. We stay out of the box. It's 2-1. So simple team mistakes cost us that period there for sure.
We talked about in the pregame show and during the first and second period a lot about how UCO's power play, they're scoring a third of the time. Is that something that you emphasized in the locker room before the game?
I didn't. They have a really good power play, but I didn't mention that they're 30%. That's something we kind of figure out. Like, hey, you got to stay out of the box. You learn the hard way. It's hard to tell guys. They're old enough. They should be able to figure that out by now.
We're in the second intermission right now. Colorado trails 3-2 here tonight, but tomorrow night's a very special night here in Boulder. It's going to be Military Appreciation Night against the University of Oklahoma, 7:30 puck drop. The boys will be wearing camouflage jerseys. It's going to be a cool night for everyone.
That's going to be awesome. Hopefully we get some people out here. It's pretty bare right now. I think tomorrow's going to be a different story.
It's a cold Thursday night. I think when we got over to the rink, it's about 8 degrees here in Boulder. So it is warmer in the rink than it is outside.
Yeah, we were having some problems with the ice. We should have just opened the doors.
Should have. And we had trouble with the ice all week. You and I were here yesterday midday trying to figure out if we were going to play the game here tonight. But have the boys said anything about the ice?
No, I think the ice is fine. Both teams have to play on the ice. It's nothing we can do about it. You got to focus on what you can control, and that's yourself.
Because the alternative was playing down in Littleton, Colorado at 11:15 tonight. And so basically anything was better than that, so I'm sure the boys are okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And we talked about it with Andy during the first intermission. You're sporting a little bit of a caterpillar on your upper lip.
It's cold outside. I don't want my upper lip to get cold. A little sweater there.
Who's got the best muzzy in the locker room right now?
I think Dora cheated. He's got a great one, buddy. He's a cheater.
Dora had a full beard before the whole thing started.
Yeah, he's a cheater. You can't start November without shaving.
Are there fines going around in the locker room right now? Because I know Gruber mentioned something about it.
Yeah, I stay out of that. That's not my department.
Alongside Coach Knightenbach, I'm Joe Paris. We're going to step aside, but after 2 periods of play, it's a close one. Central Oklahoma leads your Buffs 3-2. We'll be back in a little bit with some first and second period stats, as well as the third period of action here on live stream. You're tuned into Colorado Hockey. Don't go anywhere. Coach Knightenbach, thanks for joining us, and good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
We're back in Boulder, Colorado. Joe Paris, Tommy Wood here with you from the University of Colorado Rec Center in Boulder. Beautiful place to be on a cold Thursday night. Your score after 2 periods of play, University of Colorado 2, Central Oklahoma 3. Not a good second period there for Colorado as they let up 3 straight goals. And, they look a little bit reeling out there.
Yeah, reeling. They look slower than the Central Oklahoma team. And, it's hard not to be not to be shocked after giving up 3 goals in such a short period of time, especially after the way they came out and took that lead in the first period. But you got to give credit to Caldwell, the new goalie for Central Oklahoma. He's come in. He hasn't really been tested, but he's acquitted himself quite well.
He had that great save on Andrew Bradford on the penalty box switch-out breakaway attempt. One of my favorite plays in hockey. But, Tommy, what's your key to the third period for Colorado to get back in this game?
Well, the key is it's aggression. I mean, they're a fast team too, and they have about a minute and 22 seconds actually, of power play remaining to start this period, and they really need to get something out of it because their power play offense has just not been there all game.
And, you've seen Central Oklahoma. They're a very good offensive team, but they're really not allowing anything in the slot or great chances for Colorado to get through. We've seen shots from the point, but, Caldwell hasn't had trouble with those.
No, they haven't, and they've transitioned from offense to defense very well. Their entire team gets back there really quickly, and they've just been stifling any opportunity that the Buffs have tried to come up with.
Well, who's going to step up here and be the hero in the third period of play? For me, you got to keep an eye on Pierce Matty. He's looked good all night. Really flipped the switch last week against CSU, and he's just on the brink, folks. He's just so close to breaking through again.
Right, you have to look for Jake Bauer, too. He made a brilliant play on that rebound goal in the first period, and he's looked pretty good on the defensive end as well, and he might be one of the fastest guys Colorado has on the ice, so we might need some more individual brilliance from him.
Well, it's going to be an interesting third period of action. Alex Palumbo having a little bit of a rough second period. We'll see if the good goaltender could drop back, get comfortable, get into his zone.
Yeah, and Palumbo, really the only bad goal he allowed was that one slap shot by Yee that just went screaming past him. With the other goals, again, Colorado's defense hasn't been giving him a lot of help, like we saw with Lechner against CSU.
And the message in the locker room's got to be, boys, we got to get one. We broke through. We got to do it one more time here in the third period. So we're set to play here in the third period of action. Colorado will travel right to left in their white tops, black bottoms. Left to right will be the Central Oklahoma Broncos. There was confusion today. We were talking about this squad. We said, Broncos is spelled differently than the Denver Broncos. They spell it CHOS.
I've never seen that spelled with an H. I'm not quite sure where that comes from because that's not how you that's just an improper spelling, even if you're talking about the horse. I don't know. Bronchos.
It's Gruber. Gruber behind the net. Skating with it. Defers over to Dice. Dice will handle with it. Comes in front now to Knightenbach. Knightenbach will glide one towards the net. It was gloved out of the air by Caldwell. It'll be sent down the length of the ice. So Colorado is on the power play to start this third period for another 49 seconds. Trevor Yee sitting in the box. He got 2 minutes the latter half of that second period. Bus will draw something up here. It's Hefter. Hefter through the neutral zone. He'll drop it back to Knightenbach. Knightenbach will hit Matty waiting up for at the blue line. Slipped over the blue line at the last second. And they're going to call that one offsides. I guess Gruber deflected it in the air over the blue line. Referee standing right there had a good look at it, so take his word.
Yeah, that's a one of the third very close offsides call that's gone against Colorado so far this game.
Just underway here in the third period of play. 33 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Colorado. They trail by a goal. It's been a tale of 2 periods. Buffs jumped out on top 2-0 in the first. UCO responded 3 straight goals in the second. But it's not a game of halves. It's a game of 3 periods. It's a game of thirds. It's not football or as basketball as Tommy wishes it was.
It will be tomorrow.
It's almost ski season. 21 seconds remaining on the man advantage. It's Kardash. Kardash has got some speed. He'll bring it in. He'll muscle off a man. He's free at the circle. Fires one. Saved by Caldwell. Rebound comes free to Bauer. Lands free in the slot. It's going to be Kardash again. Kardash will send it toward the net. Doesn't quite go on net. Pinching in from the point will be Dora. Salvato will blast it off the boards. Power play expires for Colorado. They are now 0 for 2 on the night. Salvato sends it cross ice. Dora out of position, still pinches it in over to Jarman. Dora again, trickles back to the blue line and sends it forward. Picked up though by Kressner. Kressner will send it across the ice to Wyatt. Wyatt will slap it on net from the blue line. Palumbo will glove it out of the air and drop it there to Dora. Dora ridden up behind the boards by Trevor Yee. Poked forward. Nightenbach trying to get it out of that zone. Kept in though by the Broncos. Nightenbach will skate back with it now. Loses it through the slot. Comes out to the point. It'll be sent towards the net. Never actually got through. From the point, it'll be Rorta. Rorta through some traffic. It's deflected off of a leg of RJ Salvato. Sent right back in though by Nygaard. Colorado will set up behind their own net. 17:39 remaining here in the third. Number 1, Central Oklahoma against your Colorado Buffaloes. They're 21 in the nation.
Of course, this is the second time this year the Buffaloes have taken on the number 1 ranked team. That they lost to Arizona State, who was then ranked number 1, 2-1 in overtime. Central Oklahoma claimed the top spot after they beat Arizona State 7-4. But again, this is the second time that Colorado has played a number 1 team very close.
And what do both of those teams have in common? They're WCHL conference members. You know, I wasn't the first one to say this, so I'm not going to take credit. But really, the WCHL is the SEC of the ACHA. And I know there's probably someone sitting at home that says, no. Pokes free. It's going to be a 2-on-1. It's Dooley. Dooley from the left circle. His pass blocked at first by Kardash. Second opportunity went wide into the corner. Good job there by the defenseman, Eric Kardash, getting down. That one rings high off the post. I don't even think Palumbo saw that one. Called it the extra team member. Goalie's best friend. Batted off in front of the Colorado bench. Coming after it will be Polanchik. He's been quiet here tonight, but he's always got that opportunity. Always gets one. See if he can convert it here tonight, if he gets it. Kardash handles through the slot. He's had a real strong game this evening. It's Bradford in the corner. Bradford to Dietz. Dietz pushes it over to Bradford again. Bradford will be tied up behind the net. That'll be Grauer. Bradford taken down from behind. Almost threw a tripping call. Referee points over at Dietz and said, that was your guy. Almost sold it. Wonder if he takes acting classes.
Yeah, I thought one might be coming there. I thought the ref might buy it. That was pretty clearly Dietz's skate that sent Bradford to the ice.
That's an icing call. Trying to sneak off the bench. Looks like it was Brandon Formosa. Formosa tried to get off. Referee caught him.
Yep,
says,
you can't do that when you ice the puck.
Get back on the ice, young man. 16-17 remaining in the third. 3-2 game in favor of the Broncos. It's Thursday night hockey in Boulder. Joe Paris alongside Tommy Wood.
And I'm not quite sure who's going to take the face-off there. Okay, there we go.
Grauer was thrown out at the last second. Colorado won the draw, but it will be Grauer who will gain the zone. Grauer will be surrounded by 2 white jerseys. Pushed up against the boards over there. As you can see, they've got the little bit of the glass on the half side. Not really sure. I don't think it was meant for photo. We've got a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, we're still pretty unclear about that one. But, Joe, this Central Oklahoma team, they just play with a fluidity on offense that is lacking from Colorado.
They've been fun to watch. And
They
watching
really
some of
have.
their games, I watched a game that they played against Lindenwood earlier today online, and they're just fun to watch. They really are. Good hockey, really good hockey from these guys. And you see why they are the number one team. I mean, you could say bus leg, you could say slow start, but they responded in the second period. And we're seeing in the third period that they are a very good hockey team.
Yeah, and regardless of what kind of cupcakes you pad your schedule with, they've beaten everyone that they've taken the ice against, and they've been out skating Colorado for 2 1/4 periods so far.
I mean, they scored 7 goals against Arizona State, who's got great goaltending. Dice brings it into the circle. He fires one, and a save there by Caldwell. Dice frustrated that he couldn't put that one a little higher. I think he was aiming for a little bit different of a geometry angle. He sends that one right into the chest of Caldwell. And, I can't tell from here what it is, but Caldwell's got a very fancy-looking mask. I know it says UCO on the top, but I think it's just a Bronco on the side.
Yeah, it's a weird-looking Bronco, though.
It's cool. I like that. That's interesting. Face-off on the left circle. It's Bauer in there. He'll face off against Rivera. Jarman off the face-off sends one high above the net. He wants that one back.
Yeah, he had a
Salvato
chance
in the
there.
corner.
He had a chance there, Tom. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, that one goes off the post. It's free in the slot. And we're going to have some pushing and shoving after the play. Dorowa sent one through. It skipped past the goaltender Caldwell, hit the post, went right back in between his leg from behind him. Caldwell didn't know what it was. And we just talked about on the other end that the post can be your best friend. And you give that one a centimeter to the right, and that one might have trickled home.
Yeah, and then we saw Jar mixing it up there with Michael Rivera.
Barrow will wrap him up on the faceoff. Salvato off the draw will send one off the leg of Chad Rorda. Door from the point, sends another one through, and that one almost found its way home. Caldwell doing a good job to steer that one to the left. Sent out to center ice. Colorado, though, showing some life. Jarman will backhand it off the boards and will come into the corner. Chasing after it will be Rorda. Rorda will try to send it out of the zone, and he will.
And Colorado just hasn't gotten looks like this really all game. They got 3 solid scoring chances there in a row. And, now it's just on them to capitalize.
Salvato will backhand it into the zone. It'll be Nygaard who will flip it out for the Broncos. First one there was Trevor Yee. We've got a whistle that'll blow this play dead. Not sure what this is about. Is it a hand pass? I missed that one. I totally missed that one.
I didn't see that either. They're not sending anyone to the box.
Well, I think it was a hand pass because the faceoff's coming all the way back into the UCO zone. 14-27. That's a 2, not a 3. 14-27 remaining in the third. Buffs need a goal as they trail by 1. It's Dietz. Dietz along the goal line. Sends it out to the point. It'll be Kane. Kane will bounce it into the corner. That's Bradford. Bradford down there. Hit by Nygaard. Sent out to the point. Kane doing a good job to stay in front of it. Miss it on the stick attempt, but used his body to keep it in the zone. Kardash goes down in his own zone. Dangerous play there. Kane couldn't clear the zone. Kardash, who has recovered, has got it now. He'll throw it off the glass. Kept in, though, at the point. Wellman. To the point to Prigge. Prigge throws it on net. Deflected in front. He shoots, and that one goes just wide. He had the whole net wide open, and Palumbo beat, but he just couldn't find the twine on that one. Lucky break for Colorado.
Wow, I thought that was a goal. So did Central Oklahoma. Other players started celebrating. Oh, extremely fortunate there for Palumbo.
Wellman in, backhand, saved there by Palumbo. Comes behind the net now. Kardash, who's been the workhorse here tonight, tries to get it out. He can't. Wellman will send one in from the point. Deflected away. That's Daughtry. Daughtry along the boards, sends it into the corner. Kane will try to work a man over and get the puck free. Jumps free into the slot. Skates. Backhand, he scores. Palumbo had no idea where the puck was on that one. And it'll be shuffled home by the Broncos. They'll double up Colorado now, 4-2 with 13-11 remaining in the third. Tommy, I couldn't tell from our angle who got that one.
No, I couldn't either, but it doesn't really matter. That was too easy for Central Oklahoma, and Palumbo, he didn't even know where the puck was on that play. They couldn't keep these Broncos tied down forever, and now, as we've seen, this 4-goal explosion in a period and a half or thereabouts.
4-2 now in favor of Central Oklahoma. We'll get the goal scorer here for you in a second. Right off the faceoff, though, Broncos showing more life. It's Rice. Rice behind the net of Colorado. Time ticking away. I heard, I think it's 26, Travis Wellman who got the goal on that one. We'll give it to Wellman. It's Knightenbach, though. He takes a collision there at the blue line and goes down. Have confirmed it was Travis Wellman, the goal scorer. That'll be
6th goal of the season for Wellman, 16 points on the year for him.
He's good for a point a game.
Yeah, most of these Central Oklahoma guys are good for 3 points a game.
Deflection, we'll see the puck roll all the way down. Palumbo will come out of his net to play it against the glass. He'll come out to center ice. It'll be Meyer. Meyer plays it through the zone to Formosa. Formosa will send it in, try to get it on net. Palumbo dove at it, missed that one. Behind the net now to Hefter. 12-10 remaining in the third. Buffs trail by 2 goals. Huge collision on the far side is going to draw a penalty. Dora left his feet, and I think he's going to get a charging penalty. Maybe not, just a trip. He did leave his feet to deliver the check, which could have been a charge, but they're going to get him on the trip.
Yeah, like it's only a trip, only a 2-minute penalty there, but down 2 goals. You want to think that Colorado still has a chance, but the last thing they need is is to be shorthanded again.
5th opportunity on the night for Central Oklahoma. They've got 1 power play goal to account for. It was back in the second period. Colorado needs to stop them here, though, if they want to stay alive. They're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, if that.
Credit, though, to the Broncos. They did not bury their heads after that first period. They came out flying in the second and third. So Dora in the box. Dora on the year. That'll be his 28th penalty minute. He's approaching the half-hour mark. I will say, though, Jake Daughtry, he's got 63 penalties in minutes this year. He spent more than a full hour in the bin this year. Granted, they have played more games in Colorado. They played 17. Colorado only played 13 so far this year. Well, I guess Dora's got some time to make up, right?
That's right. He does lead Colorado in penalty minutes, though, now with it'll be his 28th minutes of the season.
It's Rivera. Rivera will send it over to the right side to Grauer. Grauer at the circle. Handles around Hefter. That's a move he probably picked up from a video game. What a good one there. Sent through the slot looking for Grauer. Couldn't quite connect. Knightenbach battling down there in the trenches. Sent back to Hefter. 52 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Broncos. 10:50 remaining in the third period. 4-2 game. We're live in Boulder. Comes out to the point. It's Kressner. Kressner walks the line, fakes it, takes it, sends it wide. It was deflected off the stick of Wellman, I believe, at the last second. It's Kressner again, though. Defers to his left. Walking in, sending it to the circle. Comes out to Grauer. Grauer from his knees will try to play it back. Bauer will now take it for Colorado, and Bauer's going to have a break here. Bauer brings it in, and it's poke checked at the last second there by Caldwell. It was Grauer chasing Bauer.
That was Kressner who poked the puck away from behind, and he really saved the chance for Bauer right there. But what a play by Gruber to make that check in the defensive zone, breaking up what would have been a wide open shot for Central Oklahoma.
Doors out of the box. We're back to full strength. Taking his place will be Scott Folden. 9:50 remaining in the third. Puck deep in the corner. Kardash and Kane working for Colorado.
Kane has no stick, and he almost won the puck down there anyway.
Use what you've got. Played against the boards. Folden will whack at it. It'll come all the way down. Bad change for Colorado. Formosa couldn't take advantage of it as he misplayed it off his stick. Dietz is put on his butt from a flying arm from Gavin Hull. It's Bradford now. Bradford gains over the zone off sides. I guess they're going to say Dietz was off sides. 9:17 remaining in this one. And Tommy, Colorado needs to get one and get one quick.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, no better time than now. They really needed one at that power play that they had to start the period. Because a 2-goal deficit against this explosive of an offense, it's not going to be easy to come back from.
I misspoke. Grammatically, it'd be quickly. It's an adverb, correct? You're the writer.
Well, I'm not the editor yet.
That's true. Yet. Yet. It's Martin. Martin for Colorado will play it off. It's turned over, though. It's Rivera now. Rivera tries to dangle around a man. It's poked free.
Yeah, Martin making up for that turnover by stealing it right back. But those defensive zone turnovers for Colorado, they're just so costly.
Bradford sends it over to Dora. Dora handles through a man. Dora tries to fire it on net. The captain, Prigge, deflected it away. Dora will rot him into the boards.
That was a nice move there by Dora, nutmegging Andrew Hodder, to use another soccer basketball term. But, when he did that, he kind of lost control of the puck, let it get too far away from him.
Dora, the defenseman, not known on the team for having the best hands, but there he showed a really bright spot. Good move. And that's what you like to see from a defenseman jumping up the play, crashing the net hard. He very easily could have created something awesome on the doorstep.
Yeah, anything you get like that from your defense, it's like a nice bonus. It's the cherry on top. Colorado hasn't gotten a lot of that from their defense, from their defensemen this year.
Puck slipped out of the zone. Wiggins doesn't believe it.
Are they calling an offsides for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that one either. I didn't think the puck ever crossed the blue line.
We need to get some kind of like laser technology down there. Right? We can afford that.
Yeah,
we
need instant replay review for these refs.
Could have used that last week, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I actually was told by Twitter user Fishbert that Liberty University actually used video replay. So I'm not sure what Fishbert was referring to, but he commented to us on Twitter last Thursday night that Liberty University out of Virginia, as Caldwell will dive on top of the puck, that they used video review. So I'm not sure the accuracy about that, but I thought I'd float that out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they would be the only team in the ACHA using video review. But I'll tell you what, we sure could have used it last week against CSU, although we were told that the goal in question was actually a goal.
We were told another questionable goal might have actually not gone home. So, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
8 minutes even remaining in the third. 2-goal deficit for Colorado. It's Maddie now. Maddie sends it over to Dice. Dice has got some speed. Can't handle around the defender, Nygaard, though. And it'll be Dooley now. Dooley battling with Gruber. Gruber will give him a little bit of a shove. Gets one back right in front of the referee. Says, what? Long ice pass intended for Bauer at the blue line. He'll come into the corner now where he'll be met by Nygaard. Nygaard will chop at it. And we'll see the puck go all the way over to the other side. Hurley Kane is put on his backside. Good check there from Rorda.
And Joe, Central Oklahoma is so fast that when Colorado's defensemen come up into the offensive zone, if Colorado turns it over up there, their defensemen have really struggled getting back in time to stop these speedy Central Oklahoma attacks.
Sent through the slot to Rice. Rice has got it. He'll bring it down low behind the net now. Rice will be chased down by Kane. Centering pass is knocked off the leg of Kardash. So it'll be Jarman now with it. Jarman will send it across ice for Bauer. Bauer brings it in, shoots it on net, goes just wide. Good bounce comes out the other end. No one there, though, to jam it forward for Colorado. Bauer will swing and miss at the blue line, so it comes to Dora. Dora will weakly push it forward to Formosa. Formosa for the Broncos. Fires it on net into the glove of Palumbo. And Palumbo will say, easy as cake, I'll hang on.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than that if you're using the glove. But as we tick down inside of 7 minutes now, if Colorado doesn't net one within these next couple minutes, it's really time to worry.
Give your boys a shot. Shot on net is a save there by Palumbo. The rebound will be pushed out of the zone. Palanchik off the glass. Comes down low. Bradford will chase after it. He'll lay down the lumber. Sent through the neutral zone. Formosa. Formosa over the line. Loses it in favor of Harley. Harley doesn't get all the tape on it. Still finds its way into the corner. Puck loose through the slot. Sent over to the other side now to Bradford. Bradford will backhand at it. It'll now be Dora. Dora can't get out of the zone. Palanchik waiting for it there at the blue line. Will carry it out to center ice. Good move. Couldn't keep possession of the puck, and we're going to get a whistle. And that's a hand motion I've never seen in my life. It's a penalty against Colorado.
I thought they were going to call it a trip for, I couldn't tell which Central Oklahoma player it was that went down at neutral ice. Don't know who they're calling the penalty on either.
Looked like a karate move. I don't know what that was, honestly.
It was Flying Lotus or something.
It'll be Sline. Liam Sline will go to the box for 2 minutes. I'm going to keep my ears open on this one. I want to hear the call. Hold on. 5:57 remaining in the third period of play. Colorado needs to bear down here. This will be Central Oklahoma's 6th chance on the night. They are 1 for 5 thus far.
And it's really amazing that Colorado has only allowed 1 goal in those 5 chances with how great a power play team Central Oklahoma is. But the Buffaloes really, aside from a few possessions here in this third period, they again have not been able to mount an attack, and that goes back to the team speed of these Central Oklahoma Broncos. It helps them, getting those fast attacks out there, but also they're getting in the passing lanes really before the Buffaloes even have a chance to make a pass.
So the call against Colorado was too many men on the ice, so Sline is serving it, and now Nightenbach is going to take a seat for 2 minutes as well. So 5-on-3 for 1:41. That's a lot of time for this powerful Central Oklahoma squad. This will be their 7th opportunity on the night. I know we've said it, but they convert on exactly a third of their attempts.
Again, this great Colorado penalty kill, 91.4%. It's going to be a little lesser now, but they've done a great job of keeping this Central Oklahoma power play on lock. But God, a 5-on-3.
Kressner, Grauer. Kressner again through the slot. Opportunity knocked away. Kept it at the point, though. 1:09 remaining on the 5-on-3. Kressner, Grauer in the corner now. Shot on net, saved there by Palumbo. Rebound right off the feet of Dora. Dora will take it to the corner. Crafty move there. Got it to the corner. You don't even have to control it. But the Broncos have got it back. Fired on net, deflected off of the body of Dora. And Dora will send it down the length of the ice, holding his leg a little bit there. I think he might have taken a little bit of a stick on the follow-through. 40 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Shot on net into the chest of Palumbo off Trevor Yee's stick.
Wow, and when Yee shoots, he does not hold back. Every shot he's taken so far has been a screamer. That one, though, just right up Palumbo's chest, no real chance of going in.
4:36 remaining in the third period of play. 4-2 score from Boulder, Colorado. That one's in favor of University of Central Oklahoma. We'll see the Sooners tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow night will be military night. Join us at the Rec Center. We're going to have a lot of awesome festivities promoting and thanking America's veterans and active service members. Of course, Tuesday was Veterans Day here in the United States. And I also know there was a Canadian service holiday. I think it might have been Tuesday as well.
And Colorado will be wearing some very fly camo jerseys tomorrow night. You can check them out on the episode of Coach's Show from 2 weeks ago. And those jerseys, there will be a silent auction during the game where you can bid on the game-worn jerseys of your Colorado Buffaloes.
9 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. 4:07 remaining in the third. Face-off will be at the right dot. Shot on net, deflected high off the glass. Sent forward. Through the slot, deflected. Out of the box is Sline. He'll be replaced by Jarman. Here comes Bauer. Bauer will carry it in. Bauer pushes it forward. Kardish can't quite get to it, and we're going to get a penalty here when UCO touches up.
And we'll get the penalty for you from Central Oklahoma as soon as we hear the number. But it'll be a 4-on-4 for the next 3 seconds. Then Colorado will have 1:57 of 5-on-4 advantage here with 3:42 left in this game. And if the Buffs don't get something on this power play coming up, yeah, you got to think that this game's over. Down to Palumbo, and he'll send it behind the net.
So Colorado will get a power play here. They've got another 1:43. The penalty went to Brandon Formosa. The Buffs were to do anything now, they've got to. They've got to do something now.
This is really their last chance. But even with 4 men on the ice, Central Oklahoma is just a faster team, and they've been as I've said, they've been playing in the passing lanes for Colorado, and really any time Colorado's trying to pass, Central Oklahoma is there before Colorado can even let the puck go.
Dice pushes it into the corner. Maddie now. Maddie will handle it out to the point to Nightenbach. Nightenbach cross ice to Hefter. Hefter to Gruber. Gruber will fire one on net. It'll be deflected away by Caldwell. Nightenbach will send it in behind the net. Slips past the stick of Dice, so Gruber will swing at it. He'll get it to Dice. Dice in the corner, battling with Nygaard. Send it to Gruber. Gruber looking out to the point. Loses it in his feet. Nygaard wraps it up. Dice gets it out of the corner, tries to send it cross ice, but it'll be Trevor Yee who will send it down the length. 37 seconds remaining on the opportunity for Colorado. 2:16 remaining in the third. 2-goal deficit. Can Colorado cook up some Thursday night magic? Silvato through to Bauer. Bauer pushed off the puck from behind. Jarman has it at his feet. Can't push it through. And it'll be Sam Rice who will send it out now to Daniel Skold. Skold handles around Silvato at the blue line. He'll fire one on net, shorthanded. Rebound, loose, still in the slot. Dora kicked at it. Shot on net is saved there by Palumbo, and he'll hang on. 6 seconds remaining on the advantage for Colorado. Not looking good for the Buffs.
No, and I'm wondering if you even think about pulling Palumbo at this point with a 2-goal deficit. With this Central Oklahoma offense, even if you have that extra attacker, with how poorly Colorado has been offensively all game, I don't even think it would make much of a difference.
Minute 48 remaining in regulation. We'll see if Coach Nightenbach will send Palumbo to the bench. The colloquial book would say no. We're back to even strength. Minute 38 remaining now. Sent out to center ice. Dorr will get there first. He has to wait for his teammates to get on sides. They do. But Broncos have the puck now. Sent down to Grauer. Against the glass. Dice will swing at it. Minute 19 remaining now in regulation. Poked at. Dora can't quite get to it. It's Dooley now. Dooley set it in the direction of Sam Rice. Rice wasn't looking though. Against the glass, pushed into the corner. Minute 05 remaining. Dora's got it in his own zone. Looks for a long ice pass. It'll slip through everything and find the stick of Cyril Meyer. Meyer will dump it in, so Kardash will get another chance at it here. 55 seconds and counting. We'll keep an eye on Palumbo. Tommy, I put you in charge of that. You're in charge of watching Palumbo. Gruber's got it at his own blue line. Ducks a check.
Well, he ducked it the first time, didn't get out of it the second time. That's a pretty big hit he took there against the boards.
Broncos will send it out to center ice. They know it's academic at this point. 34 seconds and counting. Dice will send it back to Nightenbach. Hefter through the neutral zone, looking at Maddie. Find his way to Kressner. Kressner will skate back, eat some more time. 20 seconds remaining in this one. Pushed forward to Wyatt. Wyatt met there by Dice. Maddie looking to get something going here. He's got 12 seconds. Big collision on the near side. Down goes Dice. Slow to get up. As the puck's carried along the far side boards, it'll be dumped in by Trevor Yee. And the clock will expire on Thursday night's hockey matchup here from Boulder.
Well, Joe, you like to see Colorado jump out to that 2-goal lead in the first period like that, and that really was a positive sign. But they did it on 2 rather fluky goals, and then for the rest of the game, they were just outskated and outplayed by this Central Oklahoma team. Central Oklahoma is faster, and they weren't necessarily more aggressive, but that speed advantage just made everything easier for them. They got to the puck quicker, they got on the attack quicker, they got back on defense quicker. And Colorado, they never really played cohesively as a team. Central Oklahoma never really gave them that chance.
Jake Bauer will lead the handshake line for Colorado. He had a goal back in the first period. It was a beauty. Great individual effort from Bauer. He continues to lead this team in goals and points. Team shaking hands because this will be the only game they'll play in Boulder this year. They will head to Fort Collins tomorrow. The Broncos will. They'll have 2 games against the CSU Rams, who are in action tonight against Oklahoma. And so Friday night and Saturday night, we will see the Sooners here at home. Your final score from Boulder, UCO 4, University of Colorado 2. Alongside Tommy Wood, I'm Joe Paris. Tommy, your final thoughts here on the night.
Well, it's a positive sign from Colorado to come out here and show that they can at least play a competitive game against the number 1 team in the country, as they have already this season.
Tommy, it is disheartening that Colorado fell apart there in the final 2/3 of the game, but they showed really, really good heart there in the first period of play and got some good bounces. And we've seen now that Colorado can play with the best. I mean, last year that wasn't even in the conversation. You had a number 1 team in the country come into Boulder, they'd blow them out. I mean, we saw the Oklahoma Sooners come in on a Thursday night and win like 8-0 last year, and that's just out of the conversation now, and it shows the growth of this program with the new coaching staff and the influx of new players.
Yeah, it does, and that's the first step for any rebuilding team. It's when you're playing against the best teams, it's not necessarily if you can beat them, but if you can at least play them competitively. And Colorado has done much better than I think anyone expected against the two teams they've played this year that have been ranked number 1. But it's a process, and next it's going to be, maybe can we win these games? Can we match the speed of a team like Central Oklahoma? Can we sneak it past the goaltenders of a strong defensive team like Arizona State?
And the effort tonight wasn't without, a lot of just bounces that were close, and Colorado just couldn't quite get the puck. They bounced away. There was one off the post. They had a really soft goal on Palumbo. But tomorrow night against Oklahoma, if you're Colorado, if you're head coach Jeff Nightenbach, what do you say to your boys in the room tonight?
Well, I say you lost to the better team because that's the truth. And it's what Colorado expected. It's what really I think everyone in the rec center expected. But I don't think many people expected them to lose by only 2 goals. And where you really have to be impressed is how they played on the penalty kill with one of the best power play teams in the ACHA, holding them to only 1 for 6 on the power play. That's a pretty good sign.
And special teams continues to be a bright spot for Colorado, as well as Jake Bauer. And we had Jake on the coaches show last night, and he's a fun guy to be around, but he's electric to watch out there on the ice. And he really was one of the guys out there for Colorado leading the charge there in the first period, and it tapered off for most of the team, but Jake was out there all 3 periods really playing his best.
Yeah, Jake Bauer, he probably had the best game of any Buffalo tonight. That first goal was just a great individual effort with the first shot and then getting his own rebound and putting it home. But defensively, he was very solid, and he's really the only player on this Buffalo team who consistently matched the speed of Central Oklahoma.
Well, that's all we've got for you here tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We've got a 7:30 scheduled puck drop. So we'll start the pregame show at 7:25. I'll be joined by Derek Kessinger, formerly with the Denver Cutthroats. They're now defunct, but Derek did the commentary for the Cutthroats radio, so he'll be joining me. He's a CU alum. But Tommy, thanks for joining me here tonight. He'll be off to do Colorado basketball tomorrow against Drexel. That'll be a fun one down at the Coors Event Center. They changed the tip-off time on that one.
They did, 6 p.m. for that one. The Buffs are going to be taking on the Drexel Dragons. Be there for the season opener. It's going to be a great one.
Or be here on military night,
here.
Tommy. We're going to have a lot of fun here tomorrow in Boulder. So if you're in town, come down to the rec. We're expecting a big crowd. We're going to have a lot of festivities honoring America's servicemen and women. We're going to have a great silent auction with those great camo jerseys. I'm using the word great a lot.
Because those are some pretty great jerseys, Joe. They are really, really fly.
Well, alongside Tommy Wood, I'm Joe Paris. Join us tomorrow night, 7:25 tentatively. Make sure to stay plugged into Twitter and Facebook at CU Buffs Hockey. Shout out to our entire crew here tonight. Kaylee Bryce, who is running the Twitter sphere for us, also updating Facebook. Bella Manning on graphics here tonight. Cyrus Allen and Carly Silliman, both on cameras, doing a lovely job. And you know who he is, Zach Rosenfeld, our director. Best in the biz, right?
Oh,
look at that smile off
top.
camera. Look at the smile.
You can't see the smile, but we can.
It's the best birthday gift I could have given him. Well, that's all we've got, folks. Your final score here from Boulder, UCO 4, CU 2. Join us tomorrow, 7:25. Tommy, thanks for joining us. Folks, have a good evening, and if you're in Boulder, drive safe. It is very slippery out there. Very slippery.
I'm not convinced this town owns a snowplow.
I don't know. Tune in next time on CU Buffs Hockey to find out if the city of Boulder has a snowplow. Alongside Tommy, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining us, and good night.